MSW Media.
Hello, and welcome to the second season of the Martin Sheen podcast. With yours truly, Martin Sheen, of course, and I'm delighted to be back hosting this podcast pilgrimage where the destination is still the journey itself. Along the way, I plan to share stories and personal memories of some of the many people, places, and events that have helped to shape my lifelong, happy, and continuing struggle as an artist and a man to unite the will of the spirit with the work of the flesh. I also hope to explore poetry as a powerful form of expression and communication by proxy, as it were, and how poetry is such a vital and necessary component of our spirituality and our public discourse. And from time to time, I'll invite friends, fellow actors, poets, scholars, and family members to join our pilgrimage and discuss what inspires their artistic journey. And so, friends, let us begin. This episode is very dear to my heart. In fact, it's dedicated to matters of the heart, namely love. And perhaps nothing speaks the language of love more eloquently than poetry. But just as there are many kinds of poetry, there are many kinds of love as well. Romantic love, the love that leads to self-realization, a love that awakens the soul and stirs us to action, and a love that can break the heart and shake us to our core. There is a love that is enduring and unending, but there is also a loss of love that brings a grief that time will never heal. Many of the poets in this episode encapsulate the themes mentioned here. Along with the biting wit of a writer and poet, I'm sure many of you will recognize and appreciate. Our first poem, Song, comes from an old friend and fellow actor, Roscoe Browne. If the birds do not come, I, whose wings are cleft, and whose gentle talons hold you fast to my breast, and from whose throat comes only the coarse, gray, and grating cry of extremity where no music is, I, if the birds do not come, will sing to you. If the birds do not come, will you, who are spring and flight and all music, will you sing to me if the birds do not come? Roscoe Browne was born May 2, 1922. He died April 11, 2007. He was 84 years old. Consider this. From Father Greg Boyle, the founder of Homeboy Industries, Homegirl Industries here in Los Angeles, when he was asked what motivated him to do what he does. His response was, I went into the third world, and they cracked open my heart. We turn again to the greatest poet in the English language, William Shakespeare, and Sonnet 29. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble deaf heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least, yet in these thoughts myself almost despising, haply I think on thee, and then my state, like to the lark at break of day arising, from sullen earth sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings. Memory Deflection by yours truly. Pausing 'neath a street lamp in a town that I once knew, I bid my heart surrender to memory in review. I tossed emerging caution to the wind that swept my face and scurried back with childlike awe to that other time and place. I saw me 1 in 20, with her a year or more, bounding down from 5 flights up and bursting out the door. I swore I knew which way we'd go, inspired by destiny. She followed mid the glow, she said, was centered all round me. We'll head that way, I said to sway, through the mountains that you see. She must have known, for she had grown, but still deferred to me. When I started keeping secrets away from her embrace, she kept an honest vigil and lived through my disgrace. With perfect practiced pretense, I thwarted each new start, till she drew up her source of soul and drove me from her heart. If I knew then what I know now is oft served up as wise, yet clearly in the years since then, I see things through her eyes. I linger here still musing now how life was meant to be, but the building's gone before me, and the street lamps now a tree. We're going to take a brief pause now, but please don't go away. There's a lot more to come. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. And now, dear friends, I'm deeply honored to share with you an interview with the love of my life, my wife of a zillion years, Janet. We had a little chat at the mic, and as usual, her conversations always manage to surprise and delight me. And I'm delighted to share this one with you. So, you rolling? Are we rolling? Okay.
You're always rolling.
Janet,
Martin.
I'm so grateful for you agreeing to join me today. I know that this is not one of your favorite things to do. But I was telling a story earlier this week for an episode where I described your making your film debut in the Kennedy miniseries playing Elaine de Kooning. So we have been on the air together, you could say, and that was in 1983, and we have not spoken publicly since then. So welcome back, kiddo.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, I'm delighted. And so maybe we start by how we started. You and I met in New York in December of 1960. Am I in the right?
You are correct.
Okay.
December 5.
You were living at that time in a 5-story walk-up on 43rd Street just off 9th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen, right?
Yep.
And you had a roommate named Kathy Guthmuller before I came on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I remember knocking on your door with our mutual friend, Jimmy Tiroff, whom you were studying with at the New School for Social Research. And I was working at the Living Theater. And Jimmy was my landlord, basically. He said one day, "Have I got a girl for you? She's from Ohio like you, and she's wonderful, and you got to meet her." And so he took me up to your apartment building that day, and we met. And what is your take on how we met?
Yeah, you were having a party at the Living Theater that night. It was some kind of celebration of the year, Christmas. I'm not sure what it was. And he thought it would be a good idea to invite me to that party. So that was the pretext. And we went to that party. He came up on his motorcycle or motorbike, and you were on the back wearing a kind of summer brown suit in the middle of winter, which I should have known then. What kind of hairpin you were. So the three of us couldn't go back on his scooter, so he said, "Well, you two take the subway and I'll meet you back at the Living Theater," which we did.
Yeah, and the party was at the Living Theater.
It was, yeah. And you kept trying to bring me things, food and drinks and what have you, and I found you totally annoying.
Yeah, and after the party, I remember we went back to
his house.
His house,
mm-hmm.
and I continued to try and bring you food and drink, and you continued to resist all of my...
And you ended up drinking it all, which got you a little tipsy. And then you decided you wanted to take me home. And I said, no, I have a cab. I'll see you. I closed the door and zoomed off.
Yeah. But that was not the end of me.
It was not.
No, ma'am.
No.
I began the pursuit.
Well, you invited me to see your play, where you were playing a crazy drug addict, and I just couldn't wait to see that.
It was in a production of The Connection, which was a massive hit at the Living Theater at the time. And so I was in this run, and I was very, very dramatic in my performance and kind of scary, I guess. But I knew, I had a sense, and I think I told you this over the years, that I felt if I could get you to see me play, if you could see what kind of actor I was, why you would be head over heels, and there would be just no barring you from your relationship with me. And am I in the right to say that is exactly what happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us about the first time you saw me in that play.
There's no way to describe it. I mean, it was like a hurricane. You did everything but eat the stage. I think you did eat the curtains.
And as I remember, you were somewhat concerned about me, and you came back at intermission under the pretext. You had a gift for me, but you wanted to see if I was all right.
Yeah, I did. I thought you'd lost your mind.
Yeah.
But you were perfectly fine. You were just standing there like the guy I'd met at the party, and, well, what'd you think of the play? I'm like, I don't even know what to think.
Yeah, and it was only halfway through.
Yeah.
And you brought me a gift. Do you remember that?
Yes. I brought you a tie.
And I never kind of figured that out. Why did you bring me a tie?
I had it. It was in my belongings, and I thought, oh, here's somebody I can give this tie to, finally.
And then what was our next so-called date?
We started going for walks.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we used to walk in Central Park at like midnight when you could do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In the snow and what have you. It was just, any kind of young couples courtship.
Yeah. I remember I used to come back to your apartment and hang out for a while, and your roommate, Kathy Guthmuller, she kind of saw the handwriting on the wall after I made so many repeated adventures to your place. Eventually, she moved out, and I moved in.
But we couldn't afford the rent. You and I. She and I could afford the rent because it was $40 a piece.
Yeah.
But you and I couldn't afford the rent.
Yeah, because I was making a total of $30 a week at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Actors' Equity minimum for an off-Broadway stage play.
And the other thing was I was throwing the key out the window to you because you didn't have your own key.
Yeah,
and it would get lost in the snow sometimes. So,
and you and I moved in together, and eventually we were asked to leave the premises. We were evicted.
Well, I put Mr. and Mrs. on the mailbox, so it would kind of put people off, but they caught on. And they knew we weren't married, so you can say it.
Yeah, well, we were living together in sin.
Exactly.
Yeah. In those days, that was really not acceptable in that neighborhood. Maybe it would have been in the village, but certainly not in that neighborhood.
Irish Catholic.
Irish Catholic, yeah. So then the Living Theater received the invitation to represent the United States in the Théâtre des Nations in Paris in May of 1961, and you and I decided to go together. And that was our first trip overseas, and we had to hurry to get passports. And
I had to work at Kelly Girls for a couple of months to get the money to pay half of my fare. And the Living Theater gave me the other half.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So I was a Kelly girl for a while, doing just odd office jobs here and there to save the money for that trip.
Yeah. And do you recall the trip we left from New York on KLM, Royal Dutch Airlines?
I think it was a prop plane.
It was a prop
Took
plane, yeah.
2 years to get there. It was forever. Somebody had a bottle of something. I don't know what it was, but they were passing it around the plane. And everybody took a little nip and went to sleep, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was what you do.
So we landed in Amsterdam and then got a flight to Rome, and we began the tour in Rome at the Paoli Theater. That lives in my memory very fondly with how you and I lived on $100 a week, and we had to use that for travel and food and lodgings. And we actually stretched it out pretty well. We stayed in pensions in Italy and in a cheap hotel in France. And the tour continued on to Germany. We played in Berlin. A lot of talk at that time about the wall. We left Berlin and we played in Frankfurt, Germany, in Grosse's house.
I made my stage debut there.
Yeah, you did. One of the company fell out and you had to go on stage.
She went back to New York, and she had one line, I think, and I totally forgot it.
You and I were in the scene together.
Yep, and you guys just went right on. And I'm like, oh, guess it's over.
The play was Many Loves, and the scene was about some young people on a picnic, as I recall. Yeah, and so I asked you, you were very nervous, and I said, no, just take this little flower and just focus on that, and you'll be just fine. Well, you focused on it so well that you forgot your line.
When I realized that the scene was over, I went, okay, well, I didn't have to say that.
And then the tour ended in Frankfurt, but we went to a few other spots and ended up destitute. We were in Venice, and we were dead broke. And so we borrowed money from the United States government. Do you remember that story?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we borrowed, what, $15 each?
Yeah, in order to get back to...
we still owe interest on it, I think.
We worked our way back to Amsterdam and then came home. And in December of 1961, we decided to get married. And we were married at St. Stephen's Church on 28th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue. We've been married now since 61. We're neither one of us is...
Math whiz.
63.
I know.
This is our 63rd year of marriage. Yeah. So what do you got to say about that? Who knew?
Who knew?
So, Janet, my favorite thing about you is that you are always there. And sometimes I take that for granted. But,
yeah, I would agree with that.
without hesitation.
Well, yeah, I would agree with that.
We're going to take a little break here, but I assure you there's more to come. Stay tuned. And we're back. Thanks for staying with us. Here now, Lotus by Rabindranath Tagore. On the day when the lotus bloomed, alas, my mind was straying, and I knew it not. My basket was empty, and the flower remained unheeded. Only now and again a sadness fell upon me, and I started up from my dream and felt a sweet trace of a strange fragrance in the south wind. That vague sweetness made my heart ache with longing, and it seemed to me that it was the eager breath of the summer seeking for its completion. I knew not then that it was so near, that it was mine, and that this perfect sweetness had blossomed in the depth of my own heart. Rabindranath Tagore was born May 7, 1861, in Bengal, India. He was a poet, novelist, writer, playwright, composer, philosopher, social reformer, and painter of the Bengali Renaissance. His novels, stories, songs, and essays speak to topics political, personal, and spiritual. Tagore joined Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent movement, advocating independence from Great Britain. Mostly known for his poetry, Tagore was awarded the Nobel Prize in 1917. Rabindranath Tagore died August 7, 1941. He was 80 years old. Consider this from an unknown author. We are here to walk each other home. On a lighter note, One Perfect Rose from Dorothy Parker. A single flower he sent me since we met, all tenderly his messenger he chose, deep-hearted, pure, with scented dew still wet. One perfect rose. I knew the language of the floweret. My fragile leaves, it said, his heart enclose. Love long has taken for his amulet one perfect rose. Why is it no one ever sent me yet one perfect limousine, do you suppose? Ah, no, it's always just my luck to get one perfect rose. Dorothy Parker was born August 22, 1893. She was an American poet, writer, critic, wit, and satirist based in New York. She was known for her caustic wisecracks and eye for 20th century urban foibles. Parker rose to acclaim both for her literary works published in magazines such as The New Yorker and as a founding member of the Algonquin Round Table. Dismissive of her own talents, she deplored her reputation as a wisecracker. Nevertheless, both her literary work and reputation for sharp wit has endured. Consider a few of her famous quotes. The only dependable law of life: everything is always worse than you thought it was going to be. Or, if you want to know what God thinks about money, just look at the people he gives it to. And finally, time may be a healer, but it's a lousy beautician. Dorothy Parker died on June 7, 1967. She was 73 years old. I invite you to delve further into the works of the poets I shared with you. And I hope you seek out writers and poets whose work speaks to your hearts and minds with the power to inspire your life. If you've enjoyed what you've heard here, please subscribe to my podcast, The Martin Sheen Podcast, with your host, yours truly, Martin Sheen, of course, wherever you find your podcasts. Yeah, I have to say that. You can find a complete list of the poets and titles of their poems that I've chosen at our website, themartinsheenpodcast.com. I want to thank the people who make this podcast possible, our producer and research assistant, Renee Estevez, who assures me that the internet is a real thing and a safe place, if not used off-label, and our sound engineer and editor, Bruce Greenspan, the man behind these rich and seamless recordings, and to his dog, Gracie, our studio mascot, who snores in perfect pentameter. And so, friends, we part with the prayer from Tagore. We are called to lift up this nation and all its people to that place where the heart is without fear, and the head is held high, where knowledge is free, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls, where words come out from the depths of truth and tireless striving stretches its arms towards perfection, where the clear stream of reason has not lost its way into the dreary desert sands of dead habit, where the mind is led forward by thee into ever-widening thought and action, into that heaven of freedom, dear Father. Let our country awake. Amen.
The Martin Sheen Podcast, all rights reserved. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, distributed, or transmitted in any form without prior written consent of the author and TE Productions. The poem Memory Deflection by Ramon Gerard Estevez, a.k.a. Martin Sheen, is included here by granted copyright permission.